Hi, you guys. It is Thursday afternoon, May 28th, 2015. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 53, title, Getting Better. And I'll explain that later. If you are new to this podcast, thank you for stopping by and spending a little time with me. If you are returning, thank you guys so much. You can find the show notes for this podcast on knitandpurl.net. The Purl is P-E-A-R-L. In social media, I am One Fine Cow on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design on Facebook and Etsy, and I am Doris M. Smith, all smooshed together, on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl podcast group. We are status quo this week. Also, we have a birthday shout out for the Ravelry group. And this week we have an upcoming birthday who is Phyllis Joan, 46. Her birthday is Saturday, May the 30th. Happy birthday, Phyllis. I hope you have a wonderful day. You get to spend time with family, friends, just do what you want to do, and that you get spoiled and you eat cake. If you like cake, that is. On YouTube, we had 226 subscribers this week. So, continuing administration, we have a May knit along, which is the little things. The rules for the knit along or crochet along is that you must be a member of the group to qualify for prizes. You can have as many entries as objects completed, small things, no more than one skein of yarn, excluding if you're using a 50 gram sock yarn, 50 gram, because then we know you have to have 2 of those. So you can knit things like toys, washcloths, socks, gloves, hats, cowls, etc. Something that you're using no more than a skein of yarn. Chat on the thread. There is a thread and there is chatter. Welcome on that thread. The item must have been started by May 1st or after and completed and posted by May 31st, which is Sunday, my mother's birthday. Prizes, the donation from Donation Stash. Reaching over, I'm showing it again. It is Lorna's Laces. It is her sock mate base, 50% superwash merino wool, 15% nylon, and 30% Outlast viscose. Approximately 425 yards, 100 grams, machine wash cold with light colors, machine dry until just damp, lay flat to finish. The color is Zombie Barbecue. You can see the red and the grays, the dark greens, and it comes to a light green. It is very pretty. Very nice. So, get those finished objects posted. Posted. I will close the thread Monday morning. So, I want to mention here before we get into the meat of the show, June, July, August, it's a 3-month knit along coming up. Piecing like a blanket because it's going to be hot in the summer, and so we're thinking about a sock yarn blanket or a granny square blanket or something like that. There'll be a long-term project. There will be a June thread which will be telling us what your project is, posting it, and there will be a prize. There will be a July thread telling us your progress and showing progress. And then in August, finish objects. And all 3 months there will be a prize draw at the end of the month. So think about what you want to do for that. And I should start a June thread soon. Anyway, hang on just a minute. I gotta put this on my legs because my legs are cold. Okay. So the story of the week this week is just that we've had a busy weekend. We had a lovely weekend holiday-wise, but we did some outside stuff, finishing up the earth boxes. They're all planted. And we got the pool all ready and opened for Memorial Day, and the kids were the only ones that braved the ice water, and they enjoyed it, but blue lips. We had blue lips kids. Also, the story of the week about getting better is that I learned some new stuff with the computer and made this whole thing hopefully a little easier to navigate through. I learned how to embed a YouTube video onto my website so that if you go to the website to look at the show notes, you don't have to click a link to get the video. The video's there. You just hit play and you can watch the video and look at the show notes. It's similar to the Blogspot, but this is my website, so that's exciting. And also I have been having a lot of problems getting the video file the right size to upload to Podbean, which then goes to iTunes. And I hope, fingers crossed, I got that figured out. So yay. So the show notes, in the story of the week, show notes are going to be on my Blogspot, on my website from now on. And I will continue to embed a video into the Blogspot with links to the show notes, just so people who are used to going to that can still go there, and at least they'll be directed to come to, just in case you don't watch the video and don't know what's going on. So also with I changed the website on the Ravelry page to my website. So if you go to the group, go down and click on me and get my profile, you'll see on this side, well, if you're looking at Ravelry, it's on this side, my projects and stuff, and you'll see the link that you can click there, and you can go in and you can get the video there. So anyway, so that is the story of the week. Continuing my health, my lifestyle and healthy living has been better this week. Baby steps. That's all I'm saying. We're just taking baby steps to get back on track. So Health Pearl this week is something that I'm remembering. Protein. Protein is the Health Pearl this week. Benefits of protein. And there's a link in the show notes. You can go and read all of it. I'm just going to have to go to this. I'm just going to kind of hit on the benefits and read the summary, but it is a great article. I read it all. And here's some eye candy. 12 amazing benefits of protein. The most important food for fat loss. So, and this is not like the whole protein diet, Atkins, no carbs, just all protein. That is not what this is about. This is about getting your body healthy. Our body consists of a lot. I don't know the specifics. I'm not an expert, but we're made up of protein. Amino chains that our body, our muscles, our hair, skin, all of it is the protein, amino chains that are protein and that we need to feed our body the healthy proteins to keep us strong. So I work in the healthcare field, and I work in a nursing home, and we get older people who, when they get sick or in bed and they don't move like they should or can't be, and they get bed sores. And one of the biggest things for healing for these people are making sure they get the proper nutrition, and protein being one of those things to help your body heal. So I'm just going to read through the benefits and then read the summary. Number one is greater muscle mass and lean tissue from eating the proteins. Less hunger with lower calories. If you consume the good types of protein, like, for one thing that comes to mind is Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt, if you get the right kind, has a lot of protein, and you can eat a little cup, a little less than a cup, and be satisfied. You be full, and it carries you a little bit longer than, say, an apple or orange or a cereal bar or something like that. The Greek yogurt especially will carry you farther with your hunger. And eating lean meats helps you stay, satisfied longer. Okay, that's that. Number 3, easier fat loss on a calorie restricted diet because you're not hungry, because the protein satisfies you. Less belly fat, greater muscle development when supplementing with protein. I don't want muscle development only because I don't want to be like this guy here, but building muscle helps you increase your metabolism. It helps you burn calories faster. Okay. Greater strength gains from training, better bone density and less risk of osteoporosis, better brain function, better sleep, lower blood pressure, stronger tendons and faster recovery from injury, greater lifespan and better quality of life as you age. So, the practical protein takeaway points. Opt for variety of whole foods to meet your protein needs, including fish, eggs, beef, poultry, and other animal products, dairy, beans, and nuts. High protein intake can increase pro-inflammatory gut bacteria because bad bacteria feed off amino acids. The solution is to pair protein with foods high in ingestible fiber, such as fruits, vegetables, and certain grains, because this will optimize the health of anti-inflammatory good gut bacteria. So the thing about eating the protein is eating the fresh fruits and vegetables and fibers that will help keep it even. Avoid cooking animal protein at very high temperatures because this can lead to a production of cancer-causing components. Using moderate heat and longer cooking times. If you're trying to put on muscle with strength training, shoot for at least 2 grams or kilograms of protein. For fat loss, opt for 1.6 grams of protein a day, which is double the recommended daily allowance and has been found to preserve lean muscle mass during weight loss and calorie restrictions. So, I think this is a good article to help us remember the benefits of protein in our regular life because it'll help us to be healthier, heal faster, live a little longer. It'll help with, as we get older, the bones, the knees start to hurt, the arthritis and all of that. But anyway, okay, that's the health pearl. Now shall we get on to the fiber stuff? I say yes after 15 minutes. So I have no stash enhancement this week. But I just want to remind you that these things all, like the benefits of protein article, there is a link in the show notes. You can click on that and read it yourself and gain your own information. Agree or disagree or whatever. So, finished objects this week. I have one finished object, and there's a story to it too. My Clonforce roving, I chain plied it Saturday. I overplied it. It had a brakes. I should have waited until I had quiet time because I've only chain plied once. And I just thought, I know how to do it. I reviewed it a little bit and I put it on and I didn't do a good job. But I will use it. I plan on dyeing it and using it, maybe making a hat. I wanted to make a cowl, but this is really not because it's overplied or it's not very friendly to my neck. But anyway, here it is. The Clonforce roving from Knit Spin Farms. It is chain plied. I got this is 2 ounces and I got 179 yards chain ply from 2 ounces. I don't think that's too bad, but I soaked it and it calmed down a little bit, but even after soaking, I had to weight it to stretch it out. And let me open it up so you can see. Anyway, my mistake. It's not the fiber's fault. I should have waited. I should have reviewed it a little more, but I didn't. So my mistake. This is what I get. It's not bad, but it is majorly overplied, and like I said, I had to stretch it. So I probably got 180 something after all the stretching, and I don't know what's going to happen when I dye it. Am I going to have to stretch it again? I don't know. Anyway, there it is. I will use it. It'll be another waffle hat or something. So, or something. We'll see. But that's the finished object. What I plan on doing to improve my chain plying, I was thinking about it after I finished this, and it was, like I said, it was not enjoyable. It was stress the whole way. I'm like, So I plan on, before I chain ply again, is getting some commercial yarn onto the bobbin and just practicing with some commercial, the chain ply, getting comfortable, figuring out what is comfortable, what's going to help me not to overply it and all of that. So that's what I'm going to do before I chain ply another fiber. So works in progress are the same as last week. I didn't cast on anything new. I didn't finish anything but the spinning. So let's get to it. With all the outside time and, working on this computer stuff to try to figure out and how to make things better and flow better, I didn't do a lot of knitting, but there is some. Oh, I pulled both socks out. In my Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm sock bag, I have my vanilla socks, working them consecutively 2 at a time. Both of them, you can see where I was last week. I probably got a little bit, I got a little bit more. Which finger? Not this one. Oh God, one at a time. That much. I'm just almost ready to start shaping the toe, but not quite. I got another inch on each of them. So let me tell you about them with one. I'm knitting them on 2.75 US 2s. The yarn is Patons Kroy Jacquard in the colorway Fern Rose. I love the color. So I did a 2x2 rib about an inch, and then I started 3x1 till I got to the heel, and I did a fish lips kiss heel, and then I carried the 3x1. Did I say 3x1? The 3x1 across the top of the foot, stockinette on the back. So I'm using this one. I'm using my Carbons 2.75 40-inch circular in the magic loop. These are the Stitch Berries, and you know, I was thinking last night as I was knitting on these, it's probably going to be a mistake. They're probably not going to fit evenly, but they're mine, and they'll keep my feet warm in the winter, so it'll be okay. So that's all I need to say about that. Hopefully next week they'll be done. Hopefully. I think we might be going camping this week, so this will be camping knitting, I hope. So up next, more progress on the In My Joanne Springs Knit Spin Farm Bag. I have the simple raglan cardigan. Working on the second ball, almost finished with the second ball of Caron Simply Soft, which is 100% acrylic, worsted weight. The color is Gray Heather. Let me open this up. It was where the Dicky Doo is. Where is it? Where is it? I was there last week, so I finished. Wow, this camera. I finished the inch and then did the 2 inches of ribbing. I think I was supposed to change to the smaller needle to do the ribbing, but I forgot. But it's not a big deal. It's around the bottom. That's where I was, and I started the sleeve. Got about an inch and a half of one sleeve done. So this could also be some camping knitting. So we'll get this finished. When the recipient was here on Memorial Day, and I said, "Oh, while you're here, I'll have you try on your sweater again." And she goes, "Are you finished?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not finished. I just want to see how it's going." Not yet. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. There it is. So, working on one sleeve. And lastly, I have my scrap blanket, which I got some work done. I'm finding myself, wanting to be knitting on that most of all, because oh boy, my shrug is like falling off me. I need to go in and stitch up some more right in through here so it doesn't fall. But anyway, I'm finding that I want to knit on this more than anything. Number one, I want it done so I can throw it across over my legs instead of this jacket. Number two, oh my goodness. Can you see? I don't have a whole lot of balls left, but I got a whole bunch of partial skeins that I need to ball up to throw in here. So there's a lot of yarn gone out of this little basket. So like I said, we were outside a lot, so I didn't get a lot accomplished. Got less this week than I did last week. So there's where I was. I was on the cusp of starting the orange, or the peach, or whatever color you want to call it. So I have 1, 2, 3, and a little piece, 4, starting on 5 more balls out of my stash. Yay! What is this? Oh, I don't know. So this is just a scrappy yarn blanket that I started when I was feeling overwhelmed with all of the little scraps of yarn I had. Balls of yarn just sitting in this basket. So anyway, I started this over a year ago, and I never showed it before, and because it's ugly or whatever, I'm showing it because I've been having an overwhelming want to do, I guess, garter. I don't know, but I really am enjoying it. Anyway, this is all acrylic, all worsted, all pieces that I've made something in the past, and it's going to be it's going to be bigger than a lap blanket, but it is with the grandma's favorite dishcloth recipe, where you start down at the bottom with 4 and you do yarn over increases at the beginning of every row. It's a free pattern, and I did it until I had 200 stitches, and then I started the decrease, as you'll see right here. So you can't really see. There's one end, and there's the beginning of the other end, and it'll be a square, but it'll be like a diagonal type striped square. So that is that, and I'm loving it, and I'm wanting it to be finished. I think I have maybe 170 some stitches still on the needle. We're working towards being done. Like I said, I'm almost out of those balls, so I'll have to pull out those little pieces that I haven't balled up yet and get them balled up and in here too. So that is that. That is all my works in progress thus far. Okay, so the next thing on the list is Pinterest. And Pinterest this week, I found another food item. Sweet potato and corn cakes with garlic dipping sauce. And there's a recipe. It's Budget Bites. Links in the show notes. Sweet potato corn cakes with garlic dipping, and it says it costs $5.95, 60 cents a serving. And here's what it looks like. I think that I want to try it, and the only problem, I might have to cut the recipe in half because I would be the only one to eat this. It calls for 3 pounds of sweet potatoes, 1 cup of frozen corn kernels, 2 green onions, 1/4 bunch of cilantro, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1 teaspoon of cumin, salt, 1 large egg, a third of a cup of cornmeal, a cup of plain breadcrumbs, and this is a half a cup of vegetable oil for frying, but I would not fry it. I would just spray the pan, a no-stick pan. And then it calls for a cup of plain yogurt and a clove of garlic for the dipping sauce. I think I'm going to try this. I like sweet potatoes. I think this will be tasty. And again, another one of those lunchtime different treats to eat. Sweet potatoes are really good for you. So anyway, that's Pinterest. Let's move along. Move along. I found a really cool stumble this week. It is 27 insanely helpful diagrams every DIY enthusiast needs. So, I just stumbled upon something that caught my eye. So, I'm going to like that one so I can look at it later. Sorry, guys. Distractions. 27. Insanely helpful diagrams every DIY enthusiast needs. So, that's what it looks like. So, the first one is for using your favorite childhood beverage to dye fabric. We all do. It gives you what Kool-Aids and the shade that it's going to be. Cool. And this is for fabric. I'm assuming it works the same way with fiber. For pom-pom perfection, it gives the how to make the pom-poms. Number 3 for all your tassel making needs, and it also has. Then number 4 for selecting the right adhesive. So it gives you a diagram of like a glue gun can be used on paper, plastic, wood, not metal, and it's permanent, such and such. The only thing school glue can be used on is paper, Mod Podge, everything but metal. Glue dots can be used on metal, wood. I mean, it gives you a diagram of what and whether it's permanent or removable or acid free. Okay. Number 5, for cutting it out. It gives you tools and what you use them for. Number 6, for tying the perfect bow. It gives you a picture step by step. Number 7, for creative ways to use washi tape. Diagram. And for crafting an impeccable pinwheel. Tells you how to do that. And then for figuring out how to weld a paintbrush for like a master. And it gives you 6 decorative paintbrush strokes. There you go, paintbrush strokes. The next one for choosing the right paintbrush. It shows you how each paintbrush is going to work. Then number 11 for proper prepping surfaces for beginning painting. Gives you a diagram on how to prep each surface. And then 40 stain colors. Number 12 for picking out the right Mod Podge formula. It gives what type and what kind of results you'll get with it. Number 13 for becoming a veritable yarn expert. Ooh, I have to hang on a second. It's not loading. Oh boy, the rest of the page hasn't loaded yet. Do we wait? Shoot. I'm gonna go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, so there's more, but the page is being stubborn and not loading, so we are going to just end it there. I know they're there because I went through this last night. So there's a link in the show notes where you can click and you can see all of it. So anyway, thank you guys so much for coming by, for spending time with me. I hope that you made it through all of that. If you found anything of inspiration, entertainment, go over here, and if you're in YouTube, and hit the subscribe button and hit the thumbs up. If you're in iTunes, I would appreciate you giving me a star rating and a review. Write a review. At the bottom of the show notes, there's a link to my Etsy store. If you have an item that you would like, instead of a necklace, a bracelet, or a color that you like and you want something special, or if you have an item that is broken, or an item that you used to have and you would like to have again, I do custom orders, so go on over, look at the shop, and I would thank you very much. I will see you guys next week. Thanks again. Bye.